Welcome back to E! News. Today we have a special segment on a celebrity who was voted the voice of our generation.
Who is this mysterious fashionista that has this year's vote?
Of course, it's the always fabulous Lady Gaga. Individuality, pointing out current flaws, and ideas for the future.
These are the qualities that make up this year's voice of our generation.
What do you think defines you as an individual? Your personality, your fashion, or your music?
Well, all of them. But as far as music goes, there's nothing more provocative than taking a genre that everybody who's cool hates and making it cool.
Well said. Lady Gaga also shows her individuality through her unique style.
Gaga has brought new exciting music and fresh looks to the performance industry. Many teens copy her style and support the individuality she presents.
Her most famous outfit is the meat suit she wore to the 2010 VMAs, which spiked nationwide controversy.
What are a couple flaws in today's world that bother you?
Well, I was escorted to the VMAs by members of the U.S. military who had been discharged from service because of the don't ask, don't tell policy.
And you wore your meat dress there. Did the meat represent how the soldiers felt about being oppressed by the government?
Yes, they felt like meat, and that's exactly why I wore it.
Any other flaws you'd like to mention?
Yes, discrimination is a huge problem. I hate it so much. I'm angry. Yes. Cole Gopher got expelled for wearing a shirt that supported me as well as gay rights. I defended him because it was unfair that the teachers would discriminate against his opinion.
That's very noble of you. Because of the many problems Lady Gaga sees with today's world, she strives to make the future a better place.
Lady Gaga and her mom, Cynthia Germanata, started a foundation towards bettering society.
How do you plan to help change the future for the better?
Well, my mother and I started the Born This Way Foundation.
What is your foundation's goal?
We to foster a more accepting society where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated.
What is it dedicated to?
We are dedicated to creating a safe community that helps connect your people with the skills and opportunities they need to build a braver and kinder world.
Wow, Lady Gaga, that's fantastic. Your foundation inspires us all.
Anything else you'd like to tell your fans to make the future a better place?
If you are not being bullied, all I would say is, because I like to talk about the other side of it as well, if you know be someone that nurtures, and if there's someone in your class that maybe doesn't have a lot of friends, be that person that sits with them in the cafeteria sometimes. Be the bigger person.
That's great advice, Lady Gaga. Thanks so much for coming out here for the interview.
It was my pleasure.
My grapes! My grapes!
Restarting.
As you all can see now, Lady Gaga has three main traits that are what make her this year's voice of our generation.
She expresses individuality. Because of her wacky outfits, she inspires people to express themselves in their own way and not to conform to society. Her style has spread quickly throughout pop culture.
She knows that there are flaws in the world and isn't afraid to point them out. She makes people aware of discrimination against the minority, from homosexuals to geeks. Many teens follow her example and defend the rights of themselves and others. Lady Gaga also shares her ideas for the future by making a huge effort and using her fame to promote her organization to help people who feel oppressed. She also gets people to try to be nicer and make their schools a better place to be in.